take some time today and really talk about anxiety. And anxiety is so prevalent in our world today. And I think it's something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. I don't know why there's such a stigma when we talk about anxiety, but there really is a stigma attached to it in a lot of people's eyes. And here's the thing, so many people have it. They have panic attacks, panic disorders, anxiety attacks, all kinds of different things, and they're taking all kinds of medications for it, like I don't know, Xanax is one of them. I can't remember the names of all the medications, but there's tons of different medications that we take when we're talking about anxiety and panic disorders. And I want to say that a lot of patients don't think to come to functional medicine doctors when it comes to anxiety or depression or things like that. Typically they show up because they have diabetes or hormone imbalances or sex drive issues or thyroid issues or sleep issues or whatever it is, or erectile dysfunction, whatever it is that they're coming for. And then they say, oh, by the way, yes, I have a panic issue. I have an anxiety issue. And then we say, well, wait a minute, let's talk about that because there's a lot of things that we can do naturally to fix that stuff. So maybe you'll be able to reduce the amount of medication you're taking with your medical doctor. And I think this is huge because our bodies get really used to the medications that we're taking. So anxiety and panic disorders and things like that oftentimes can be related to blood sugar, to thyroid disease, to neurotransmitter issues. But these are things that a lot of our doctors either don't dig deep enough, don't test deep enough, or don't test at all for. And, so if you're someone who has this stuff, this is a really great approach for you. This is about thinking outside of the box and figuring out what we can do to fix it, and then really working on your health, healing your gut. There's a huge axis called the brain-gut axis, and neurotransmitters are part of the brain. And where does our immune system live? In our gut. So it's about really identifying this, figuring out what's going on, and really working to fix it. So I have a question coming in from Mindy. Mindy says, I always fixate on the worst case scenarios. What can I do to curb this thinking? Mindy, this is really a great question because I think this really affects a lot of us, right? You see a phone number come in, you go, oh God, what's happening now? What's wrong now? I think you really need to look at it like cup is half full or cup is half empty. And you really need to figure out the cause of what's going on, because there's no comfort when you have anxiety. There's no or quiet when you have anxiety. And I think really that kind of leads to the thinking of, this is always bad, or this is always wrong, or nothing ever goes right, and what's going on in my world. So, some of the things that I recommend we do is just quieting our brains. Maybe that's through meditation. Maybe that's through yoga. Maybe that's through taking some supplements. Maybe that's through talking through it, doing talk therapy. Maybe that's through exercise, whatever it is for you that quiets everything down for you so that you can get some better balance. So then you can look at it through a different lens, and you can say, okay, is my cup really half full, or is my cup really half empty? And in my world, my cup is always half full. And I always want to look at the bright side of things. And I do often take a step back and say, okay, wait a minute, let's make sure this is really right. And it's funny because my husband's exactly opposite. Everything is, bad and gloom and doom. And we've really had to work on that with him, because some of it was his upbringing, and some of it is just ingrained in him, and some of it is neurotransmitters and all of those things that we really talked about. So I think that's a great question, Mindy. I hope I answered it for you. And I think you should really look for what gives you your calm, your woosah, whatever you want to call it, so you can calm everything down, look at it clearly. Sometimes that means, let me just not think about it right now and think about it again tomorrow. Whatever that looks like for you, good luck with that. Come find me if you need help with that. And I'm super happy to help you try to find some balance with that. If you do have more questions and you want to email me, you can email me at feelbetter@lakepointwellnesscenter.com, or you can just go to our website at feelbetterhere.com and you can find our contact information. Or if you're like me and you like to just pick up the phone and hear a voice on the other end, give us a call at 770-974-5215. I hope you have an incredible day, and until next time, wishing you loads and loads of love and light and health and happiness. Bye-bye.